So here's this breakdown of the CPP here, right? Is CPP because you talked about it on the last episode, and I thought we should dig into this a bit more. And I saw this guy do a breakdown, this YouTube breakdown about immigrants. What are they called? Um, temporary visitors, or what are they called?
Temporary workers.
No, yeah, but they're visitors.
Temporary
I can't remember the actual politically correct name for them. Something like visitors, or I'll hear it in the video. But he breaks down all these programs that give subsidies to everybody except for us, right? So here's what you get in the pension. If you die, it only pays out a one-time. Oh, hang on. Maximum benefit 1,433. If you paid in maximum. So if you paid in maximum, so you maxed out your CPP payments to them every year.
39 years.
For 39 years, you get 1,433 a month.
How long did you pay?
Oh,
you didn't get.
What do you mean?
I didn't get 39 years, dude. I got fucking 20, 25 if I'm lucky.
Well, we still pay, don't we? I mean,
I don't want to answer that question.
I still pay. I mean, I've been paying since I was 15, probably, right? I mean,
I'm not going to answer that question.
That's 30 years, 40 years. I mean, I've been paying for 40 years. So yeah, I've been paying for 39 years.
So what's 40 years? So that's basically, if we do that from 60, that's basically from 21.
For me, no, I've been paying since I was 15.
I think it would have to be full time, wouldn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Or does it just go by the first time you send a payment? Because I had a job at San when I was 15 too.
Yeah.
So if that counts, that first, but when I was sending them like $40 every 2 weeks, if they count that, then I'd have like, I'd be in for shit. That's
but you're right. So because this is maximum, so you'd have to be working full time to be able to pay your maximum, probably, unless you have one of those real high value, high part time jobs, like I had in 1989. I worked for Overweighty Foods. We were one of the only non-union grocery stores, and that's when all the guys it was the goal to work in there because you got paid enormous, like $20 an hour back in '89, and that was all the guys had the boats and the fast cars, and all the cool guys worked for the grocery stores, right? Getting paid a fortune. And then they bought us all out and dropped everything right down, right? So it didn't last. It was just like, okay, we can't keep going on like this. What'd you say?
What name? Overweighty.
So
is that when you took the buyout to go on vacation?
I did. I took the buyout and went around Europe for a year. Yeah, I squeezed in as part-time, and I made the cut to apply for the buyout, to qualify for the buyout.
How much?
And I was only there for 2 or 3 years. I'm like, oh my God, I qualify for this buyout. Get rid of me now. Because I was looking at people who work there. I was like, they're just miserable. They do not. I don't want to be a miserable guy in the grocery store for 40 years, right? Anyways, so if you die,
no. How much was the buyout?
20,000.
Ooh, in 1989 money?
25,000, yeah.
So that's like 40,000, 50,000 today.
Yeah, probably.
You're working at Overweighty Foods for 3 years?
For 2 or 3 years, yeah.
Boy, I could tell you a story.
Still part-time. What?
I could tell you a story.
What?
I won't get into it on the show.
So then I paid off. I think I paid off my bike that I had bought on a credit or something like that, and then I
a pedal bike.
Yeah, a mountain bike. Or no, I think I don't know. I can't remember what happened there. I think so. I paid off that, and then I went around Europe for a year almost.
You seen a UFO?
I saw a UFO. Yeah, changed my life basically. So, 1,433 a month. I don't know. Can you live on that? No. So you got to get your private pension as well in there, right? I mean, this is why people are having a difficulty. Like my mom, for example, she pays $1,000 a month in condo fees and insurance and all that stuff, right? So what, you got 433 left over for all the rest of the stuff? There's no way. So if you die, it only pays a one-time payment.
Unemployment.
What?
That's half of unemployment, Max.
Is it?
Yeah. Half of unemployment maxes out at just under 2,800.
So this talks about If married spouse gets a maximum of 60%, if 65, but only to a combined max of 1433. If you die, it only pays a one-time $2,500 payment. So yeah, that's kind of I don't
So I
know.
guess ideally, if you've got two old people who have both survived, then they're getting $2,800 a month.
Complete scam. If Canadians were forced to contribute to managed RSP instead of CPP, the return would be much greater. The maximum CPP contribution for 2025 is $4,100. If you contributed $4,100 for the time you're 18 to 65, so this is almost what we were talking about. That would be 47 years. In an RSP with compounded interest at 8.3, this is what you were doing the thing last week, right?
Yeah, it's
Return
over
on the
million.
CPC would be for 10 years. Your total contributions would draw $2.2 million. Divide that another 20 years by 2.3, and you get 111,000 per year. A far cry from 17,316 max payout from the CPP for 2025. What the government has done with the CPP is use it as a slush fund to spend as they please. It's time to end the CPP and have a cutoff for those that still have time to contribute their own funds. So I was kind of thinking about not only that, but this problem with what is that ad? How do they know I need to? So
You need
so I was like, because
of men's shirts.
let's get back to that thing about the care home, right? So the doctors used to have to fill out a 4-page form for disability, right? Now it's 16 pages. Now, I would think that if you're in a care home supported by the government and you're on a government pension, that sort of overrides the fact that like you're in there with full like what does it matter if it's if you can dress yourself or not, you're in there in the home getting paid for by the government, right? But they're taking 70 or 80% out of your disability payment. The doctor has to fill out 16 pages of forms for you to keep getting your disability benefit.
In case
Your,
you get
your
better.
disability tax credit. I should be accurate when I say that. Your disability tax credit. So,
But it's
I
a
mean,
positive tax credit, so you're actually getting
so
paid.
you're going to get some money back. It's just, to me, it's like, it's crazy making, right? Why is there all these different, it's parameters and stuff around it, right? You'd think that being in a home would override the fact that a doctor has to fill out 16 pages to get you your tax disability. But then I thought, well, let's talk about, while we're talking about all this stuff, we might as well just talk about how much you do get, right? So if somebody's on disability, they only get the basic amount is $600, which with additional amounts based on CPP. So based on your CPP contribution. So that kind of has to do with CPP is somehow connected with disability. And the average monthly payment is approximately $1,500 per month or $1,600. So
What if you're disabled and under 60?
yeah, let's see. I don't know about that. This is for those receiving survivor's pension and disability. The combined maximum is 1683. They might also dependent children might also receive a children's benefit of, so you might get a few hundred per child if you still have dependent children. So I guess that would answer that question for you a little bit. Must have contributed to CPP, be under 65 and have a disability that prevents regular work. Earnings above 7,100 before tax may affect benefits, and earning 20,000 or more demonstrates the ability to work, potentially disqualifying you. So, anyways, there's also provincial things that it gets pretty. This is kind of what I'm getting at. Is this so complicated? Like when you fill out that disability stuff, I mean, provinces have their own thing, that federal thing has their own thing. And if you make enough, like if I support somebody that's disabled, I get it's a different amount, and you might not get any. I want to be careful that I'm not saying stuff that's not true here. So then I just thought I'd skip the provincial stuff that they talk about here too, and just go total potential support. So for somebody with major disabilities in Canada who qualifies for multiple programs, okay, the monthly amount could include CPP disability, which is 1673 per month, plus a few $100 per dependent child. Canada disability benefit, 200 depending on income. Provincial assistance varies up to 1,400 in BC, with 642 after living costs, or potentially less in provinces like Ontario. So an example scenario is a single person in BC with no income qualifying for both disability and CBD would receive approximately, let's round it up to 1,900, plus up to 642 from PWD after living costs. So that's totaling 2,300 or 2,500. And then there's income thresholds, which may reduce it to phase out. So, I mean, I don't know. This is my problem with these programs, right? We get into this area where all these programs
You're gonna compare this?
are there. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna play this guy's breakdown.